what I would like to start with is just take a couple of seconds. And if you, like I'm sitting on the chair, but no matter how you're sitting, just make sure your legs are uncrossed at this point and notice where your hands land. So are they on the thighs? Are they on the knees? Are your palms facing down or are they facing up? Just notice that and don't do anything with it. And then I invite you to close your eyes. I'm going to do that for a couple of seconds and just breathe. So when we're breathing right now, we're not manipulating anything. If thoughts come up, that's fine. But while we breathe, just notice what your breathing feels like. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Is it like a staccato, tuck, tuck, tuck? Or is it like you've just woken up? If any of you have dogs or have ever seen a dog breathe, and if any of you have seen babies breathe, just notice how their bellies go up and down. The same thing, dogs, the way their bellies move, they know how to breathe. And as adults, we grow up, we learn to get caught up in what the world wants of us or what we think the world wants of us, and we forget to breathe. If only we can control our breath in that how we breathe, a lot of our health issues can be taken care of from an Ayurvedic perspective. And whatever I shared here today, my disclaimer is this is coming from an Ayurvedic perspective. Please talk to your health professionals, your mental health professionals, your doctors, whoever they are, to get their okay should you choose to start a program. But having said that, for me, Ayurveda is the guiding principle of my life, and it's changed how I experience my day. So now I invite you to just open your eyes and notice when you walked into this space where we're doing a conversation, compared to that, how are you feeling now? Is your anxiety a little bit lesser? Has your breathing pattern changed? Is your mind a little bit more focused versus being pulled into a million directions? And it's real with the pandemic, what's happening politically, at least in the US, with the holidays around the corner, not being able to celebrate it the way we have. There's a lot of anxiety, job losses, losing loved ones, health issues. There is a very high level of anxiety in the world. And you're not alone. I know that doesn't make things better, but I want you to know that you're not alone. We are all facing this on some level or the other. So what is the connection to Ayurveda when it comes to all of this, right? So to give you an idea, Ayurveda is the oldest ancient healing science, medical system from India. It's pre-biblical. It's more than 5,000 years old. And what I love about Ayurveda is it honors nature. So it thinks of we are a miniature of nature as human beings, and we are made up of 5 elements. And I'll get into these elements like space, air, fire, water, earth. And these elements combine to form doshas, like you can see in the presentation here, Vata Dosha, Pitta, and Kapha, right? So we'll be talking about Vata Dosha because fall or autumn is Vata season, right? So every season in Ayurveda has, in every season, according to even the Western world, has an Ayurvedic equivalent. So fall is Vata Dosha. Winter to early spring is Kapha Dosha. And then late spring into summer is Pitta Dosha. So let's focus on Vata Dosha because this is fall. That's what we are focused. So Vata is made up of space and air. You're looking at other elements also, fire and water. And I quickly want to touch upon this. Think about Kapha Dosha, the winter lethargy where you don't want to come out of your blanket or get off the couch. Or if it's summer and you feel like, oh my God, I am so upset right now, or I feel like I have diarrhea, or that person annoys me, or I had whatever, beer under the sun and that didn't suit me. That was the fire, right? So now we can go a slide ahead. So what do I mean by Vata Dosha? So let me share an example of one food item. Think of popcorn. There is corn, you pop it, there is air in it, it increases in space. So that's a classic example. So Vata is in your body. Vata is in the season. Vata is in the foods. Vata is everywhere, because Ayurveda believes we are basically made up of 5 elements. And how are we determining these doshas of who is a Vata dosha, Pitta, or a Kapha? So at the time of conception, the mother's dominant dosha and the father's dominant dosha, they come together, and that is what the child is. That is their dominant dosha, right? And your parents' doshas are also impacted by their emotional status, their environment, the season. A child born during now, in all likelihood, might have a Vata in them, right? Because we are in Vata season. So that's how doshas are formed, right? So speaking again of Vata dosha, let's just say the mom is um, uh, let's just say like a mom is high Vata and the father is high Pitta. So the child would be either Pitta Vata or Vata Pitta. And even if you have a sibling or your partner and you have the same dosha combination, most common is 2 doshas. So which is like a Vata Pitta, Pitta Vata, Pitta Kapha, Kapha Pitta, you get the drill, right? Very few monodoshas, which is just Vata, just Pitta, just Kapha. And there are even fewer tridoshic people, which is all 3 Vata, Pitta, Kapha, right? So our goal with Ayurveda is to get back. So these are the imbalances to get back to our original dosha, which is the Prakriti, right? So I hope you're clear on that. Space and air make up Vata dosha, right? So what is Vata responsible? Me talking right now, that is Vata. Us going to the bathroom, whether it's any waste material that comes out of our body, that's Vata. When we travel, it's movement, it's Vata. When people burp or they throw up, that's Vata. So Vata is movement. So you see, it when you go for a run, that's Vata. So Vata is any kind of movement, it's breathing. And from an Ayurvedic perspective, most ailments stem from a Vata imbalance. So sure, if you're Vata predominant, you're more predisposed to Vata imbalances. But that doesn't mean like a Kapha Pitta or a Pitta Kapha will not have any Vata imbalance. Diet and lifestyle play a very key role along with seasons. Vata represent simple things. Now think of popcorn again. Let's make this simple. Think of popcorn. It's dry, right? It's light. If you try to move like a case like this, it's heavier, right? But when you try to move a popcorn, it's light. Like if you've ever played carom in your life, like those little things, whatever they're called, I can't think of the right name, they're heavy. But if you try to do this to a kernel of popcorn, it's super light, right? So think of the season with the same qualities. So Vata season right now, it's cold, it's dry, right? It's clear.